The People's Bank of China has established agreements with over 40 countries to conduct trade using the yuan, increasing its global currency share from 2% in 2019 to over 4.6% by April 2024. Before we proceed, please like, comment, and subscribe to help us with the YouTube algorithm. Western sanctions have prompted nations like Russia and Iran to abandon the US dollar in favor of their national currencies for trade. Iran's central bank governor, Mohammad Reza Farzin, stated that Iran and Russia now exclusively trade in rubles and rials, eliminating the US dollar from their transactions. Both Russia and Iran are members of the BRICS bloc, which is actively promoting the use of local currencies in trade to further the de-dollarization movement. President-elect Donald Trump, set to take office on January 20, 2025, has expressed intentions to counter the de-dollarization trend. Trump has threatened to impose 100% tariffs on countries that move away from the US dollar, stating that such nations would face severe trade penalties. However, imposing tariffs may inadvertently encourage more countries to abandon the US dollar, potentially strengthening the de-dollarization movement. The BRICS nations, including Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are leading efforts to reduce reliance on the US dollar by promoting local currencies in international trade. China's push for the yuan in global trade is part of a broader strategy to internationalize its currency and diminish the dominance of the US dollar. The increase in the yuan's global share reflects a significant shift in the international monetary landscape, influenced by geopolitical tensions and economic strategies. Western sanctions have had the unintended consequence of accelerating de-dollarization, as targeted countries seek alternatives to the US dollar to mitigate economic pressures. The transition to local currencies in trade among BRICS members underscores a collective effort to establish a more multipolar global financial system. President-elect Trump's proposed tariffs could lead to trade disputes and further strain international relations, potentially isolating the US economically. The effectiveness of tariffs as a deterrent against de-dollarization is questionable, as countries may prioritize economic sovereignty over access to US markets. The de-dollarization movement reflects a growing desire among nations to reduce vulnerability to US economic policies and sanctions. The shift away from the US dollar could lead to increased volatility in global markets. As new trade and financial systems are established, the US may need to engage in diplomatic efforts to address the concerns driving de-dollarization to maintain the dollar's global standing. The rise of the yuan and other local currencies in international trade could challenge the traditional dominance of the US dollar, leading to a more diversified global currency system. The de-dollarization trend is likely to continue as more countries seek to insulate themselves from external economic pressures and enhance their financial autonomy. Monitoring these developments is crucial for policymakers and investors to understand the evolving dynamics of global trade and finance.